one.
We're coming to you live. Beauty reigns, money makers, and a little shenanigans. But we are coming here live to talk to you and introduce you to our girl, Rhonda Renfro, aka the Pink Diva. Boom.
Oh my God. Thank you so much, C, for that very colorful introduction. So, hey everyone, it's kind of like a takeover today. Me and my homies, my homettes, we're here because I never did an introduction video to Bold Voices, and today is that day. So they are taking over, asking questions. The shenanigans, I'm sure, will ensue, and that's okay because, this is a safe space for everyone. It's an equal opportunity podcast, and, what goes down, goes down. And, I really don't edit things. So I know you hear that smoke alarm, but it's because they haven't come to change my battery. But we just go act like we don't hear it, and I'll try to mute as much as possible. I don't know. See, I don't know. See, I don't know. But we'll try to act like we don't hear it. Okay. I'm just gonna let whomever take over because I'm gonna go ahead and mute.
Well, right now, that sound actually means money popping in. So when you hear it, it's money popping in.
That's it.
More money, more money. So I'm going to go ahead and start my first question. So Rhonda, I know you had an interesting little career back in the day. Do you kind of want to go over with us a couple of things that you did that was quite interesting? And, your previous, back in the day.
Entrepreneurial endeavors.
I'm afraid to ask which one we may be speaking of.
But the legal sort.
Was it?
I was going to say the one that involved a table, but not a dance.
Oh my God. I don't know who you people think I was or am. But might we be talking about something that I used my voice with?
Okay.
How about something that you can create even now, but you used to make a living off of it?
Oh, okay. That one.
You used the table, but you
I was like, oh, okay, that one. Definitely I used to do nails. I am a former nail tech. I did nails for over 25 years, and it is something that I could probably still do today. But I love it. I loved it, loved it, loved it. And why? Because not just because of the fact of creating, because it is a form of creating, but I met so many interesting people along the way, and the stories. Whew, let me tell y'all, I could write a book. The stories that I have heard from really sweet and tender to bring tears to your eyes to like clutching your pearls. I've heard it all. So that is what I did for over 25 years, and I loved it.
One other thing. What's another thing that you did where you created stuff and made people happy? Starts with a C.
She's just taking all the questions. You're not even giving me a C chance.
Oh, I'll leave it alone after that.
Begins with a C.
It starts with a C. A chat. Was I chatting?
Well, you're really great at that. How about some cocktails? Can you help me out with some cocktails, ma'am?
I was a bartender. I definitely was a bartender. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Again, why? Because I got to meet a lot of people. If you can't tell, I am a people person. I love people. I love to engage and all of that. And all of my careers really have given me a chance to engage with others. That's who I am. I'm the engager. See what I did there?
Go ahead, Lissette.
All right. So, and I was just kidding. Sorry. We have to keep in the comic relief. Of course. So I would love to know. Well, there was two things, but first is what brought you to reselling?
Oh, well, let's see if we can shorten this story. But what what definitely money coming in. What definitely brought me to reselling was I used to weigh 464 pounds, and I had weight loss surgery. I lost well over 200 plus pounds, and I had like I don't know, 7 or 8 bags of what I call my big clothes, and they were just all over the place, And a friend suggested I start with Poshmark, and I did. It'll be 4 years this month that I've been with Poshmark, and probably 4 years since I've known y'all. Oh my God. So, that's kind of what started me on the road to reselling. Um, and it's been, as y'all know, it's a up and down situation,
Nice.
but I love it. I still love it, and I'm still here.
And we met because of it.
Yes, we did. I know. I met all of y'all because of reselling. And that is so wild. We met, in another lifetime in another group. But
That's right.
I mean, we've just been like this ever since. And I
Mhm.
love it. I love y'all like I love tacos.
Yes. So the second part of my question is, aside from childbirth, because we all know that it's not easy, what is the hardest thing that you've had to do in your life to this point?
I I I think the hardest thing that I had to do was when my marriage ended was to heal, pick myself up from that, because I mean, to be perfectly transparent and honest, I was devastated by the fact that I had to end my marriage. So I think the hardest thing for me was to actually take the time, heal, but thank goodness I did have reselling, because that in itself gave me something else to focus on. That really became my what part of my why I was doing it, was to heal myself and move forward and create a life that I wanted. And that's really where it's taken me. It's taken me so many different places with so many different opportunities. It gave me time to heal for, really a good 2 years. And, I'm thankful for, you all, because with your friendships, I mean, there's constant, conversation, laughter, all the things. But definitely that was one of the hardest things for me to do, was to heal from that.
Thank you for
But
sharing.
as things go, when things like that happen, it always teaches you what you don't want.
Mhm.
And it always teaches you what you do want for yourself as an individual. So I'm blessed and I'm grateful for those lessons.
And it opens so many more opportunities.
Oh my God, yes. I mean, and I've had some opportunities, let me tell you. I know C's smiling too hard. I mean, I
Well,
feel it coming.
speaking of opportunities, and I do have two questions, but one is about an opportunity that I think we have tried to get you to pursue. It hasn't happened yet, at least not to my knowledge, but we have a nickname for you, RR. So do you care to elaborate on what that nickname means?
I believe that is the nickname that Joanne gave me, Radio Rhonda.
I thought I gave that to you, but no, Joanne did. She did, she did, she did.
Joanne did. In Clubhouse, as a matter of fact, Radio Rhonda is what she calls me today. She still says that to me today.
But
But
she
I
doesn't
don't,
call you RR.
no,
I
she
came
does.
up with
No,
that.
you only call me RR. But I don't know what, I mean, I've always wanted to do voiceovers, always. And I just have not been able to uh, find the right outlet for that, which, I mean, podcasts, yes, but, other things, I just haven't really been able to find the outlet for it. And you know how these student loans are, child. I'm not trying to rack up any more student loans just to take a voice class. That's just not what I want to do. But I definitely would be interested in doing something like that. It's just, I think opportunity, I think it may show up. I'm just going to claim it and say opportunity, that door may open sooner than later.
Yeah.
Well, I do know where you can start,
Oh,
if I
do
may.
tell. Do tell.
So us content creators would like some, we would like to have a voiceover for certain things for our, reels and stuff like that. You can create them and we can just share them around. So you never know.
Oh, well,
Mm,
I'm here
Yeah.
for anyone who needs voiceovers. Because,
Tell me you're
as
a
you
reseller.
know, that, one of our friends actually wanted me to do some work for her, but, she's been
Mm,
kind of tied up lately with her 9 to 5. But,
mm.
I mean, I'm always open to do things like that for y'all. That might be
Yeah,
fun.
Mhm.
I that Lissette brought that up because when you do, sometimes you do your little sayings, Rhonda. We can save those and use them for reels later too. Push you out there.
Mhm.
Really great.
Mhm.
But you know what? The first voiceover could be your book that you put on Audible, Rhonda. Just saying.
You know, um,
Ooh, the look.
I just don't know what to say. Well, I
Okay.
will I will say this about that book is that I kind of sort of scrapped that particular book because I don't know which direction I want to go in. Because I feel like I've just had so much that's gone on because that book actually was going to be talking about how I got to my journey toward weight loss surgery before, during, and after, and dig into some of the personal, my marriage ending, how I overcame that, this, that, and the other. So I wasn't quite sure the direction that I wanted to go, but those are some of the things I want to talk about. I need a ghostwriter. Maybe that's what I need
Mm.
to put all those thoughts and things in the right places. But you never know. I mean, I'm always available to do your audio.
I had a second question and I cannot remember what it was. So, okay, so the first one was another source of income. Oh, so as a reseller question. One of the things that you and I, there's a whole lot that you and I really connect on.
Mhm.
I mean, we've both been bartenders. I never started off as a nail tech. I wanted to, but I went to school and ended up doing hair. But I still have my nail clients. And I've done voiceover work for a couple of commercials, but I used to read books for college students on recording. So this last thing that we have in common is neither one of us go to thrift stores to shop for our products, for our items to resell. I haven't really been, I went to a thrift store one time, I think since COVID has lifted, but I was in and out of there so fast I don't even count it. But I haven't been thrift shopping since before COVID. Um, so we both have different ways, different venues, different avenues to gain our merchandise. And one that I want you to talk about, I've not been able to even get this dumb app to even work for me, is the Nextdoor app. Tell us about that, because I think that'd be good for people, especially that are in areas where there may not be a lot of thrift stores. Some people think they're really missing something because they don't have a bins. Honestly, you're not. But tell us about that because I think that's a real good way to get merchandise.
Well, I definitely got hip to Nextdoor a few years ago, and right when I actually started reselling. And I just, during COVID, of course. So I went on the Nextdoor app and I put just a post up saying who I was, what I do, and what I was looking for, which was plus size clothing. Shoes, jewelry, accessories or whatever. That's optional, but my focus was plus size clothing. Well, during that time, I did a lot of porch pickups. There was one guy who sat out like, oh my God, so many plus size guy stuff, and I wasn't selling that, but it helped out, my friends who were selling those types of things. Um, I picked up from a lady at that time. I think she gave me almost between 10 boxes and bags. A
Wow.
lot of new with tag item, plus size items, lot of shoes, jewelry, just a lot of stuff. And she still does that for me. She did it not long ago. It's got a bunch of free stuff. So the Nextdoor app is a great place to go to, tell people what you do, what you're looking for, and you just never know what you may get.
Right.
Those porch pickups were a big thing during COVID, because you
Yeah.
just hop in the car, people put their stuff out, you go get it. I mean, my friends and I did a lot of porch pickups, but nothing's wrong with free stuff. I want to be clear on that. I love free stuff because the same amount of time that it's going to take me to shop uh, and do online arbitrage and receive those things, which I'll probably have to measure them. And, really that's pretty much all that I really have to do, because I found a photo. So, I don't have to do that, but I'm going to say that on the low. But, I don't have to put a lot of work into it, but I do still have to measure. That's the same amount of time that I spend on measuring free stuff. Whether or not, if it's newer tags, I don't really have to do a lot of cleaning for anything. I don't do repairs or anything like that. So definitely check out the Nextdoor app. It has proven to be good for me. And I'm
Mhm.
sure that it'd be good for anyone. You just have to tell people what you do. I think that's the bottom line of it. You tell people what you do. A friend of mine just gave me bags of clothes, like 6 bags of clothes and purses, a couple of weeks ago. So I actually have some more free stuff coming. And
Mm.
then, you know, never count this out. The Nextdoor app is great, but never count out your PFFs, because you just have to say, you got some plus sizes? And you never know what you come up with. I mean, I have been shopping with a few of my PFFs over this last week, Lissette
Mhm.
being one, and a couple of others. I just reached out to our good friend Deneen about some things as well. I mean, never count out your PFFs, because sometimes they have stuff that they have not listed,
Mm.
that would be glad to get rid of, whether it's free, whether you're buying it. I mean, either way it goes, it's a help. And I'm always
Right.
looking for something different. So
And we know your style.
I
Yeah.
love that. I love that about y'all. And that's exactly what Denise said. She said, I think I know what you like, but I'm going to throw in a couple of vintage things, plus sizes. Oh, well, sure, do that. I mean, I was excited telling C yesterday that I have some items coming. And I don't know if you guys remember this style. I'm sure y'all do. I mean, I for sure do. But, those big sweaters, or, cardigans that have the appliques on them back in the day. We used to wear them with stirrup pants or leggings or whatever. Well, oh my God, I have a sweater like that coming. And I looked it up. I didn't find the exact sweater, but I found things similar. So, of course, what is it called? Cottage core.
Yes.
Mhm.
And granny core. Granny core. You
I
get
have a
granny core.
core. I have a core something. So I thought it was kind of cool that I have that. So again, check in with Nextdoor, check in with your PFFs. You never know what you come up with.
Do y'all have in your cities? I don't have one here. The last time I had it was when I was living in I think it was Maryland. There's a thing called Free Cycle. Y'all ever heard of you have Terry? That to me was like the next kind of like next door. You didn't next door is more personal because you're meeting your neighbors. But I would get when I was first starting with it was in my early days of eBay. I would get stuff from there. You know, people would set it out on the curb and you just drive by there and pick it up. That, and there is nothing wrong with a good old curb sale. You know, you're driving down the street, you see that imaginary sale sign, but there's something right there on the curb for trash day. Yes, I have gotten some phenomenal things from sales and dumpster pickup days. Because well, not work, I used to rent an office space inside a storage space, a storage company. And the dumpster used to come by I think it was every Wednesday. So during the day, no, Tuesday night is when people would put their stuff out. And I have literally made thousands off of stuff that people have put out because they want to just empty some things or the contents of their lockers because they're closing it down. Free stuff.
Mhm.
So yeah. Here's to free things.
$3.99.
Free 99. Yes. Yes.
Well, I love that. You know, like I say, I love free. Free is good. Free is the best thing ever for me,
Free
you know,
has been
especially when
very
it's in
good to
good
me.
condition and I don't have to
Yeah.
do much to it,
Mhm.
you know.
So Rhonda, if money wasn't a factor, what would you do with your time?
Oh, if money was a factor, I'd definitely travel. I'd also um I'd also I'd help people because I really want that is really something that's on my, I don't know if you call it a bucket list or it's just something that's just always been in my spirit as far as helping. I think that's one reason, I took psychology, I have my degrees in psychology, I became a life coach. I mean, I think that that is exactly what my calling is service to others. So I definitely would create probably a nonprofit, which would help, I'm always about empowering women. So it definitely help those that are coming back into the community from being incarcerated to someone who was homeless and wanted to turn things around to just your everyday mom or female really who just needs help reinventing herself because we all should reinvent ourselves from time to time, and I think we all do that each level that we step up. So I think that that's exactly what I would do. I mean, and I love the kids, so I definitely would donate to Jennifer Hudson's Christmas I guess it's her charity that she does every year for the kids, where she buys tons of this and tons of that, bikes, games, backpack, this, that, the other, whatever. I have always admired her from doing that from the beginning of her making money.
Mhm.
And there was something that her and her sister, do every year. And I love that charity and I would definitely donate to that. And even now I'm looking for something. I just talked to Deneen about this. I want to bless someone this Christmas. So we kind of came up with a couple ideas we have to share with y'all, but you know, um, I definitely want to bless someone this Christmas.
Uh,
I think that's a great idea. I love it.
I do too.
So Rhonda, if you had to sum up Rhonda in 5 words, not sentences or just 5 words, what would they be?
Oh Lord have mercy. Um, 5 words? Just five?
Just 5, because it makes it harder. We could go on and on, but 5
I
makes it.
know, I know. Actually, I would definitely say caring. I think I'm caring to a fault, but caring nonetheless. Um, I think that I am, what's the word to describe? Let me think. I mean, I want to say that, I dedicated, committed, it, to, uh, again, empowering others, helping myself, helping others to get out of their own way. Just, I think I'm all about commitment to the cause. So I guess, I'm caring, I'm committed. I'm fun with a capital FUN. And I am just determined. I think I'm just determined. I'm determined to become the person that I want to become, because I'm 63 now. I've grown over these last years. And I still find that there are things that I could grow into, learn more about. So I'm always a work in progress. There you go.
One more.
Did I say fun?
With a capital FUN.
Oh, okay. Okay. And
Fabulous, beautiful.
okay, I'll take those. I probably wouldn't have said that, but okay.
I would.
I know. I don't know. Those things I don't think of out here. I think of,
In
like
here.
who I am
Yeah.
inside.
Beautiful is inside.
That's what shines
Yeah.
out, right?
So I don't think about those things. Even that to say that I don't think that I am, I just don't. It's just not the first thing I think of.
Well, we're coming down to the end of the list. Of course, that's not the first thing.
Yeah.
So you can throw it out there.
But I think it all has to do with the people you surround yourself with. You surround yourself with beautiful, fun, dedicated, committed women who are also continuously a work in progress. I mean, it can't help but to rub off on you.
Right.
Because you want to be around people who challenge you. They help you level up. You help them level up. Y'all level up together. So I think that that's important. For me, that's really important. Because sometimes when we're talking to our friends who aren't in the business or, anything that we are, they hear wah, 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 wah. But, when I say something or we say something to each other, we're like, oh, yeah, we got an opinion. We got a way to solve it. We don't know. We're going to ask somebody because we typically go to see. She knows things. And, so I think that's really why I feel like it's really important to surround yourself with good people.
True.
Very important.
Well, I don't know what other questions you all may have, but I definitely want to take the time to. I mean, I've really already stated how I got into reselling, and I definitely appreciate the fact that it has allowed me to have so many different opportunities. I mean, I had created Brunch with Diva, which I loved doing. Speaking at Posh Fest was great. That was fun too. I think the favorite things for me are collaborations. When I get to collaborate with you all, when I get to, Terry and I collaborated on a couple of books that we're really proud of, and I'll drop those links down below later. But I think doing stuff by yourself is cool, but I think when you join forces is what I really do enjoy. The Zooms, the lives, the whatever we can put together to do. Again, like I say, I'm looking forward to us collaborating on this blessing that I want to bestow on someone for the holidays. And because I think it's really important to not just be grateful, but give back a little bit. I think it's just, I'm really coming to that point in my life where that's what I'm wanting to do, is just, give back. I feel like I've been blessed in areas to make, money or gain whatever. Then let me just pay that forward. Let's just pay, just help someone who may be in need. So, I just think that that's what it's all about. Collaboration brings on new ideas and a new way for us all to gain new people, new followers that, and I just think it's the best thing ever. So I want to do more of that. in the coming year.
So Rhonda, what's a favorite maybe motivational book that you have read before that you would like to recommend to others?
Oh my God. I mean, I know it, but I'm trying to put the words in the right order. But what is the name? It's got the F word in it.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about. And why am I forgetting the exact title?
Right. I can,
Right?
huh?
I know Lissette knows the title too. You said it's got the F word in it, right? The F
Well, the
Yeah.
bomb.
one I'm thinking of, what I can't say on, I
Yeah,
don't
we know
want to
what you're
get you
talking about,
demonetized.
and that is a good book. She'll
That
Is
probably
it
put
is it
comments.
on F yourself?
Yes,
That's it.
that's
That's
it.
it.
That's
That's my
it. I absolutely love that book. And I
That is-
also I can't even remember the name of the other book that I read. But I will say that on yourself book, loved it.
Yeah.
I love
I'm,
it too.
And then the other one, well, I like the other one too. Stop that
Yeah, that's
ish.
right. Yeah.
now that one I have.
It makes us go back and relearn things
Mhm.
that we were taught, to be and do because we're women, because whatever, and it just gives you a whole new
Oh well, I'll have
frame
to
of
read that. You'll have to send me the name of that. So
oh yes, it's by the same
um
author.
I
Yeah.
haven't read that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely want to read it. I don't do a lot of self-help books, I guess that's what we call them, or motivational books. But if somebody recommends a particular book, I go ahead and try to read it
Mm-hmm.
because all of them aren't, are worth the time spent reading. But the
Mm-hmm.
ones that I have read, like that one, just kind of stuck with me. And there's
Yes.
another one that's about saving money, or that how you could save money and the art of saving it. And I just can't think of the name of it. I think I have it back there in the back, but that's a really good book as well. But right, and definitely a vision workbook is a great book as well, because every year we always sit out to
Shameless plug.
shameless plug to create a vision board. And that's great. You can do your vision board, but use that vision workbook to help you along the way as well, when you don't have time to sit down and cut and paste. And that's what most people think a vision board is, but it's so much more than that. It can be so much more. But definitely, like I said, I'll drop the link down below for those who are listening and looking at this podcast.
And for fun and giggles, what's your favorite
My favorite.
fictional book?
Oh my God. My favorite, all-time favorite. Oh,
Yes.
The Coldest Winter Ever.
Yes. Rhonda
That
is first. You are the first person I met that even knew about that book. That's one thing it really stuck out to me. I was like, you know about that book? Because I thought I was like the only one.
I know. Let me just say, if you have never read The Coldest Winter Ever by Sister Soldier, definitely check it out. But at this stage in the game, I'm pretty sure most people have read it. But if not, definitely read it. It's not for everyone.
No, it's not, definitely.
It's
What
not
are
for
you working
everyone.
on right now? I've been saying a lot about reading lately. So what are you reading right now currently?
My granddaughter, the lovely Brianna, bought me 4 books from Colleen Hoover. So I've read 3 of them. I don't know if you all know who she is, but the name of the book of first book was It Ended With Us. And oh my God, that was such a great book. She does have one that follows that. It starts with us. I haven't read that one yet, but she has a couple of other books. But I've pretty much read all 3 of them. I haven't started the 4th one. I wasn't sure if I wanted to yet, because the way it started out, I was like, what? What is this? But though that's definitely what I'm reading now. I'm actually getting ready to look for this book called Suddenly Single. And she is a Black author. I can't remember her
Mm.
name right now, but she was on Good Morning America yesterday. And so I'm excited. I mean, Good Morning Texas. I'm excited to read that because I looked it up and it sounds kind of good. You know, it may or may not be a little bit about her life, but it's definitely fictional, as she says. But yeah, I love reading. I mean, that's something that I needed to get back to. And now it's like, oh my God, what's my next book? What's my next book? So I'm totally psyched to have all these books coming my way.
Nice. So your friends know that you are a movie buff. You love movies. What genre of movies are your favorites?
I'm
And what are you currently binging?
I
If I could
am
make it.
I am such a mushy person. I love a good old mushy
Rom-com.
corny rom-com.
No, they're the
Them.
best.
I love, absolutely love them. And there's a couple out that I'll be talking about Friday because I haven't looked at them yet and I can't remember the names. But I also like action movies, drama, comedy, you know, I pretty much like anything, horror. So I love a good old series, of course.
Mhm.
So I mentioned The Lost Flowers of Alice Hart on Friday. And I mentioned that it was triggering, which it could be for some. I've never been in that situation, so it was not for me. But I wanted to definitely make sure that I put that it was a trigger on it so people could at least take a look at it and see if they wanted to watch it or not. There's a little spousal abuse in, you know, in telling this story. But it was such a great series. Has Sigourney Weaver in it, and I love her. But
Great.
I also was watching Special Ops Lioness with, is it Zoe Saldana? Saldana? Yeah, her. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So if you like stuff like that. So I'm kind of
Mhm.
all over the place right now with I just added some new stuff to my queues on Apple TV has a great thing coming out called The Changeling on Apple TV, Changeling. Oh my God, I'm so excited for that. So I mean, I just kind of go all over the board with movies. But I will tell you that one of my all-time favorite movies is Imitation of Life.
Yeah, that's a good one.
What? I knew you were going to say that for some reason. And that's probably because we talked about that. I'm not sure, but it is
That
good.
is one of my all-time older favorite movies ever.
I like the classics.
I
Yeah.
cannot get, I still remember where I was. I was at my aunt's house when I first saw it. And I was like, what is this movie? And any chance I get to watch it, I watch it. I mean, I haven't watched it in probably a year, at least a year or so. Time to watch it again. I got to find it. But that, if you haven't watched it, watch it. Let me tell you, Sarah
Yeah.
Jane's gonna make you mad.
Years, actually.
Huh?
Said I haven't seen it in a couple of years, so you're going to make me
Yeah.
find it. But it's a
Well, if
great
you
movie.
find it, definitely let me know because I definitely want to. I used to own it back in the days of Blockbuster Video, but
Mm.
that's over. But I'm looking for it. I'm gonna have to look for it. If you find it first, let me know.
I definitely.
Well, yes. Speaking of movies, I'll be coming out with some on Friday, but I know we didn't even have to color all this. Cover colors and all that because y'all know me well enough to know what my favorite color is.
Mm.
Um, I think you know me well enough. And for those who are listening and looking, yes, my favorite color is pink. But I do like black as well because in the fall and winter I tend to darken things up. Um, and these people know I love iced coffee. I'm a coffee fanatic and I'm a taco fanatic. And, you know, if there's 5 o'clock somewhere, a shot of tequila. So those are some of my favorite things. But that's what I talk about a lot is tacos and iced coffee. I shy away from talking about tequila too much because I don't want to give anyone the wrong impression that I'm a lush.
And you're not. So can one other thing that you were talking about colors. What's going to be happening in the future in regards to, we'll just say, some lips?
Oh, yes. Uh,
Zoom in on that.
Well, yes, in the future, I have been, just working and with a couple of companies, and our PinkDivaStudio will be releasing a lip line, and it will be shades of pink.
Beautiful.
And what other color? I mean, there'll be other colors after that, but that will definitely be what will set it off, are various shades of pink, and I called it Shades of Pink. And I'm looking forward to doing that. I mean, just like, other things for other branding that I'm doing for PinkDivaStudio, candles, the lip line. Possibly, I'm not sure, but there may be some body butter or something like that involved.
Ooh.
Yes, we got to keep the ash
Gotta stay
away. Keep our skin supple
and
for women of a certain age.
I have a question. I have a question. So you have done many things in your life. What are two things we can say that are still on your bucket list, or things that you're looking forward to doing in the near future?
I definitely travel to Paris. I really want to go to Paris. That's really one of the things that has remained on my bucket list for years. I don't think I have like a huge bucket list because I just like to live day to day, be in the moment, be present, but definitely Paris, to travel, and just to, as I said earlier, just to get in put myself in a position or a space to where I can directly help others. I mean, that's just really, after my birthday, I really sat down with myself and thought about a lot of things that I wanted to do. And, those are definitely the two things that are on the top of my list. Um, I don't know. I
Those are
think
good.
that,
Those are big things.
yeah, they are big things. I,
They don't
I
have to be
just,
big things, little things too that we sometimes
oh
don't
yeah.
get
And
to.
as far as,
That,
just little things, I mean, getting a housekeeper. I need a housekeeper. I mean, little things, I'm always grateful for the smaller things because they seem to be the things that count.
right.
And sometimes we get caught up and blow things up and make them greater than what they are supposed to be. But I've tried to really look at the smaller things that, people say to you or people do for you or, thank you for or appreciate you for. And, I think that those are things that are very meaningful and, things that you don't forget. In this crazy world, we just we almost have to be on pins and needles, but I just like to be in the moment and just, always try to have a good time and share laughter with others. And a cute little word, because I'm gonna always have a word for you.
Yeah.
And those things.
We need the words.
Yeah. I mean, I need the words. When I do, I don't know who needs to hear this. Sometimes I'm talking to myself. I'm just including y'all. It just a lot of those I don't know who needs to hear it is, oh girl, you need to hear this, so you just share with everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
So, it just comes from conversations, maybe something I've gone through, something I just woke up with. It just depends. But I'm always have a word.
Listen, you guys got to ask questions because I got a bunch of questions popping in my head. So
Oh, you
Oh,
too.
I don't want to. I don't want to hog it up.
see, did you have a question? I have one, but I didn't want to cut you. I know you hadn't spoken in a while. Do you have a question for her?
Really? No, I'm good right now.
Really?
Look,
No.
leave
Huh?
that.
What you
We're gonna have
say?
questions in the comments later.
RC,
It was coming in and out. What did you say?
I said, you look like you are really happy right now. I'm just gonna leave that alone.
I
Well, I
wasn't going
just
to
have to,
mention it, but
can
now
I
that
give
we
you a
have.
little funny? This is about Rhonda's niece, aka Coco. I've been a little distracted because y'all can't hear her whining. And what it was is, you know, that she's obsessed with the end of my bed for some odd reason. That's a go-to spot. And my, you know, those fly swatter electric zappers. Have you ever seen them? Oh, they're the
Yeah.
best thing ever. Well, right before we started, mine fell and it's right there at her spot. So she kept coming up to the edge of the room and she would see it and then she would just stop. And she's like, Mommy, that. Can you move that? I need to get to my spot. Can you? And I'm like, I can't do it right now. So that was my free. And then finally, I just had to go off screen. I'm like, okay. And she's like, So anyway, I am back in somewhat, and I will come up with at least one more question.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask one real quick, and I know Lissette's definitely got some too. Here's just one for right now. What is the greatest? What would you consider your greatest accomplishment in life so far, Rhonda?
Oh, that's a lot. I mean, in life, I mean, a mom, a grandmom, not a grandmom, I'm a Gigi. But you know,
What would you consider your greatest, though?
they are
And
my
those are great.
greatest.
So not those. Don't cheat.
Yeah. Those are
Those are
definitely.
givens. Those are givens. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like the way perfect Lissette. Lissette said that perfectly.
Don't
Like,
try to
really?
cheat, Rhonda. We're not. We're
Oh,
trying to make it easy for you.
Every mother says, "Oh, my greatest accomplishment is my children or my child." Yeah.
it
We
kind of
love
is
ourselves.
though.
It
Blah
is.
Um,
blah blah.
I mean,
You cannot top that. We
as
know this.
right. I mean, as an individual, the growth. I mean, it kind of goes back to, um, after weight loss surgery. I mean, I guess really, let me just say this. I think my greatest accomplishment was saving my own life.
Mm,
Amen.
mm,
That's
mm.
perfect, sir.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
I
man.
think that was my greatest accomplishment was saving my own life simply by having
I
weight
got
loss surgery.
goosebumps.
Yeah. I mean, because I say this and I've said this before that when I weighed that much, I was breathing, but I wasn't living. So I have to say that saving my own life was my greatest accomplishment. Oh, but
And I
that
will
just,
say, some people. Sorry, go ahead. Say what you're gonna
no,
say,
I was
RC.
going to say, ooh, that was a moment, wasn't
Mm.
it? Just
And I
me
will
thinking
say,
about it.
even with weight loss aside, a lot of people, many people, are breathing, but they're not living.
Mhm. Oh,
This is true.
So,
definitely. Definitely. I
so
mean,
something to think
for
about.
me, that was a weight thing. For
Mm-hmm.
others, that may be a daily thing. Even
Mm-hmm.
as we speak, people are breathing, but they're not living. They're suffering in
Mm-hmm.
silence. So I think that, that definitely for me is a great accongplishment. I'm just gonna tear up about the whole thing.
Yeah, you gotta make
Okay,
sure
so let me change the
that
subject
you got
then
girl. You gotta make sure.
and give a real light question. I
Oh
mean, it could
my
be weighty, but it's light. If you had just one piece of advice to give either I'll let you choose professionally or personally, just one piece of advice. And it doesn't have to be all, Mother Teresa, Gandhi. It ain't got to be all that.
Philosophical and,
yeah. One piece of advice, and don't leave the Legos on the floor, is not a piece of advice. While it is very good information, go. Ooh, not the exhale.
Because sometimes you got to do that and keep it moving.
There you go.
That's it.
That's
Simple.
Oh, that should have been
so,
in the conversation, so we could have all said it. Okay, yeah, go. I mean, next.
we can come back around to it.
That was good though. Yeah, exhale. That's a good piece of advice.
Shoot. So, what is one career, whether it was short or long, that you had, or one career or one job that you had that no one really knows about or may not know, that you'd like to share? Something, a little something,
It has to be something saucy.
Well, of course, it has to be saucy. That wouldn't be me. I don't know. I could give you two. My first job ever was at Jim Dandy's Fried Chicken Shack.
And that's the name.
I know, right? And it was fun, it was cute and all that. My dad was unhappy because I started working. He didn't feel like I needed a job. But
sure, I needed him.
We got R.I.P. Roy Renfro, But
and how old were you when you got that job? When you had that first job?
I was 17.
17. Her daddy didn't think she needed. I'm done. Go ahead.
No, I was 17. I was going to junior college. My dad didn't think I needed a job. But that was just, how my dad spoiled us, and that's how it goes. Definitely not a lot of people know that I did this particular job.
Ooh.
But let me come closer. Let me come closer. Just between us. I was a telephone sex operator.
What? That's sexy voice.
Makes total sense.
Radio Rhonda.
Ooh.
OMG. And I actually, it was so funny because a friend was applying for this job. And I ended up taking her, and I ended up going with her. And they had a book that you had to read, different pages, different characters. And we were laughing. And I just happened to read one of the little things like, oh, za, 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 za. And so I got offered the job.
Ooh.
And I was like, well, I mean, okay. So, I did it for probably about 6 months. And it just, it was interfering with the other things that I was doing as far as, the pageants I was in, the bartending, shows, and I was traveling. So I had to let it go. But that's a pretty good, fun fact about me.
Yeah. I was wondering if you were going to share, because we discussed that before. So I was wondering.
Oh, it's just so funny now to say it. I'm like, and someone asked me not long ago, were those particular things still around? I said, oh, child, I have no idea. And then I started
Not that I know of them, but
I was like, wait, are they?
Yeah.
They are.
The income, ma'am. That's all.
Because if you accidentally type in the wrong word, all these things pop up.
Well, let me tell you, I truly believe in streams of income. Now, how you make your money is your business.
Exactly.
But, I don't judge. I'm just, if you tend to want to go into that particular market, maybe I'd give you a tip or two. But that is a fun fact that, everyone didn't know about me, and now they do. Or now they will. But, even to that, it was still a part of me, that.
A lot of fun.
helped me get to various stages. I mean, helped me,
Mhm.
hone my voice, actually.
Right. That's amazing.
It's
So,
funny.
Thank you
so Ron,
for sharing.
what actress would you like to play your biopic?
Oh, child, I don't know.
Oh, I know. Oh, I know. Oh, I
I,
know. Ooh.
I don't know. I have never even thought about that. I
So,
would, I
what do
would,
you?
huh?
I think Angela Davis.
I didn't
Yeah.
hear you, Terry. You
Oh,
went out again. When you go back and forth, it takes you off of your mic.
yeah. I was asking, what actress would she like to play in her biopic? And then, Lissette answered with Angela Davis, which I think is a good one. And Ronnie,
Angela Davis
Like
right?
Angela Fight the Power Davis.
Yes.
or Angela Bassett.
I mean, Angela Bassett.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay, okay. Y'all
Angela
Yeah.
good?
Bassett. I'm sorry.
Yes, I could see her. Y'all good? Uh-huh.
No, no, no.
I
I'm sorry. Yes.
I was like, well, do I remind you of Angela Davis? Because I don't be fighting the power like that.
Had
Yes.
her in my
But
head that you were
yes,
talking
I mean,
about her.
I
Yeah.
could I could see her doing that. I
Mhm.
would have said Loretta Devine, but I don't nobody takes a breath like Loretta Devine in her move. Nobody nobody does that like her. But yeah, I don't know. I never even thought about that. But I take Angela Bassett because I love her.
Mhm.
Angela
She's
Bassett,
good.
I thought you were saying, but for some reason, I know you said the other one, but I knew you were talking about Angela
Yeah,
Bassett.
yeah,
But
yeah. But I
Loretta,
think Mhm.
Loretta Devine, though, I can see that too. I like her
Mhm.
Now, I
very.
tell you, back in the day, I got so sick of it, but there was an actress, I can't remember her name, Nell Carter, I just remembered her name, that
Huh.
people
Mhm.
thought that I reminded them of her. And I was like, I don't see that.
I don't see it
So,
either.
yeah,
I just don't see that.
Not
And
at all.
so, because even if I see a picture of her now, I'm looking like, I just still don't, I still to this day don't
No.
see that.
And she was
no,
a great actress and everything, but I don't see that.
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
see that.
Mhm.
Mm-mm. But definitely, I could see Angela Bassett or Loretta Devine.
yeah.
I
I
could,
think
I,
those.
could- I definitely. I've never even thought about that. Hmm, maybe I need to write a really cute autobiography. It's got to be somebody who can deliver some comedy lines though, because they got to be able to say
Look,
"zhuzh."
Loretta Devine is really funny.
They got to be able to deliver "zhuzh."
Yeah, but I think both the one.
There's
Or you can
another one, but I can't think of her name. I'm trying to look her up, but I can't think of her name.
Oh. Well, you'll have to let me know because that's always.
I
I
will, because
think
I'm
that's one
horrible
of
with
the,
names. I'm so bad. I'm so bad with
Me too.
actresses.
and that's
When
so
I'm trying to,
surprising for
I,
you.
I know I'm good with people, but when I meet them, that's different. But like when I watch a movie to remember their names, I'm
Oh,
horrible.
okay.
Or to
Because I was
remember
gonna
even
say
the
that's
name
kind
of
of
a
like
movie.
you.
No, people is different because it's like more of a personal thing. I remember like, yeah, everybody in the chat. I remember, yeah, that's different. But the movies and stuff, I'm lost.
Oh, well, y'all, I have had fun. I don't know if you have anything else, but this has been fun, and I knew I had the right people who were gonna,
Oh, I have another
entertain.
question.
Oh my God, okay.
Okay.
I'm
Someone that's
here for it.
unprepared. I told you I'm a winger. That's just coming,
Okay, I'm here for it.
My, look, my question is, who is your biggest crush? Because we gotta get to the, meat and potatoes. Because what's a show without the meat and potatoes?
I'm saying, right? The meat and potatoes. Um, my biggest crush would probably be Beyonce.
Mm.
She is my biggest crush because her
Are you
birthday.
part of the Beyonce
The Beehive,
the
yes.
Beehive? Oh,
Uh-huh.
okay. There's
I'm just
nothing
not. I'm just not as vocal as some of those. Mm-mm.
As TJ?
TJ is a hoot and a holler.
He's fun.
But yes, I definitely love, 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 love Beyonce. I don't love her to the point that I'm not to the point that I don't think she could be wrong or do any wrong, but I
Right.
do love her.
Admire her, yeah. Mhm.
And I love her specifically because some of the things that she says are very true, in her
Mhm.
songs. I mean, y'all know my favorite quote from her is, "I'm gonna keep running because a winner doesn't quit on themselves."
I was waiting for that quote. I was going to ask it.
I love that quote because why? Because it's true. If we stay in the mindset of we're winners, why would we ever quit on ourselves?
Mm-hmm.
So that is my favorite quote from her. I'm gonna keep running because a winner don't quit on themselves. And
Okay.
that is my all-time favorite person. I love her. Her birthday was the other day. Did I mention that?
Mm. And Diana Ross came and
She
So
sure
sang her
did.
happy
fun.
birthday.
I
Yes.
know, I loved it.
I missed that.
Okay, well, since we get
And
to the
there's
meat and potatoes,
5,000
what else, Lissette?
accounts on Instagram that have it. So
Yes, that's the only way I know. Because
mm,
I won't tell Rhonda, but I'm not a Bay fan. Sorry.
And that's okay.
child, you
It's
better hope that this don't go national. They will shut you down. What's that girl's ID? I saw a
Hack.
meme about that one day, a couple of days ago, where I want to think it was the woman from Abbott Elementary that said to
Mhm.
her folks, she was like, "I'm not really a Beyonce fan," and they and then it just got out, and it went, and she got fired, she lost her house,
Oh my God, stop. That's horrible.
they were ragging her for days. The Beehive came for her.
That's
It was
terrible.
all in
Uh-oh. They
fun though. It was
they
legit.
come they're coming for me.
Maybe
They
I mean, I
came.
like a few of her songs, but it's just like I don't know.
yeah.
And
I, I,
I'm the
And
same way. Like I'm not a huge fan of her music, but I'm a fan of her.
Yes,
I think
yes.
yes.
she is an
Mhm.
She's a
incredible
phenomenal woman.
entertainer. Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
And that's what it is, I think.
yeah,
I think that
she's incredible.
I do
It's
love
the
her music,
energy,
but
yeah.
I love her
Yeah.
energy. I love the way she markets herself because she
Mm-hmm.
doesn't have to go all out all the time.
She's
You see,
extra.
she
We love
lays
extra.
low. She lays
Yeah.
low, and then all of a sudden, boom, she attacks and she goes for what she knows. But
Mhm.
I do love her behind the scenes, is that she's always donating. She's always building
Mm-hmm.
for, in Houston and other places, So
Yeah.
I love the fact that she's very generous, but she doesn't like to make it too public.
Right.
She doesn't like
And
to
that's the
have
beautiful thing
she doesn't
because
like to have all the
yeah,
accolades about, oh, I did
yeah,
this and I did that.
yes.
She likes to
Right.
be on the low with it. And if it
Yep.
happens to seep out, then we're like, oh, okay.
Mhm.
But I love that about her. I want to be her in that aspect. I want to be able to do, but I don't necessarily need to be out there like, oh, look what PinkDivaStudio did. No,
is
Mm-hmm.
let's PinkDivaStudio do that and, be happy with the fact that it's done and made other people
Right.
happy or help someone in some sort of way.
Right.
And
And
your influence can only like your influence will only allow other people to do the same that you're doing. It's not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily for show, but to bring more awareness or to um, bring more donations of that sort, but not for the the accolades.
right,
Exactly.
because in my mind, the things that I want to do, I want to impact people. I'm not trying to impress people.
right.
I want to make a greater impact than an
Mm-hmm.
impression. And
Mm-hmm.
so that's kind of the way that I see the direction of what it is that I want to do. I want to just impact, not impress. And, I mean, sometimes I guess they go hand in hand, but
They
one
do. They do.
definitely is greater than the other for me.
Right.
So we at the meat and potatoes, girl. What else?
All right. That's what that's hey.
Is that the meat and
Oh,
potatoes that you had?
What's a guilty pleasure of yours?
ooh. And don't say
Oh, I
tacos.
know what that is. Starbucks coffee.
Well, that's boring.
I my to be
I
honest,
else.
my guilty pleasure, which I don't do all the time because I can't. but I would definitely sit here, right here on this couch, turn on a good old rom-com and have ice cream, a Mr. Goodbar,
Mm.
and just maybe a cake, slice of cake, just all the junk food, chips or chips and ice cream, something like that,
Total indulgence.
some wacky combination. But those are things I can't do all the time. But yeah, sometimes I just want to just veg out, you know,
That,
um, and watch a Twilight marathon,
Mm.
which I could
yeah,
watch anytime.
I
Or,
can't.
or if I
Team
really want to
Jacob or
have a guilty
Team Jacob
pleasure,
or Team Edward?
oh, I'm always Team Edward.
Mm. Team
Or
Jacob.
Shades of Grey
Ooh.
marathon. Love it.
I have not watched, by the way. I haven't read the books. I haven't
I
watched
don't
them.
know what
Oh,
I
any
read
of
the
I
all
like the
books.
us
first one. They went the first one. They should have just stopped. But my
I
opinion.
know. I think we had to follow that through because of the books. But I've read
Yeah.
all the books, and I've read all the Twilight books, and I constantly have access to all the Twilight movies, and because actually they're on whatever Netflix and Amazon. But Brianna bought all of the movies,
Nice.
so we love Twilight over here. But Shades of Grey, yeah, I've watched all those. I like them every now and then because it's just, I don't know, it's different.
So my last question, because you haven't told our listeners or viewers where you're from, but have you always resided there? Were you born there?
Yes, I have always lived right here in good old Dallas, Texas. I'm a Texan through and through. I was born here, raised here, still growing here. So, um, I've contemplated moving different places, but I really do love Dallas, and it gets on my nerves sometimes, the whole politics of it all. But all in all, I mean, I really love it here. So I don't really foresee myself moving. But traveling other places is in my plan for next summer. So maybe I'll be hooking up with y'all somewhere along the way.
East Coast, baby.
I know. I'm just ready to get out and hang out with my PFFs in person.
Look, we're all East Coasters, so we can definitely meet.
right up and down. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm
Yeah.
just I just mentioned this to someone the other day that's something that I really want to do next spring or next summer is just travel and hang out with you guys. But
Sounds good.
I don't know. I mean, I love traveling. I've been to, California numerous of times because I still have family there on my dad's side.
East
Um,
Coast is the best coast.
and
Okay.
and I thought about moving to Atlanta at one point, but
Mm.
what stopped me there was that my daughter found out she was pregnant. So I had to postpone those plans because actually I was going there to open a nail shop.
Oh,
And that would have been the time to do it.
Yeah.
Back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I've lived in
I was
Atlanta.
going there
Older
to
Atlanta was so much better.
check out some
Yeah.
spaces, and I was going to move. I was all set to move there. And, once she found out, then I couldn't leave.
God had other plans for you.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it was. The Lord said, you don't need to be in Atlanta. Not you. Anybody else but you don't need to be there.
Yeah, there was a Texas takeover in my Poshmark Live the other day. There were about 4 or
Oh,
5 of you in there.
I know we were in the house, hunty. But
Yes.
I love it, love it, love it. But I am ready to kind of move around and go and, hang out with you guys, like I said, spring or summer next
Well,
next year.
Andrew said he wants to go visit you, so let's see.
Oh, well, come on through, boo.
Oh,
See,
I think that'll be fun. I mean, well, either way it goes, we'll all get together because I've spoken it and it's gonna happen.
oh yeah,
into
we
the
definitely.
into the universe.
Into the universe it goes.
to the
Well,
universe.
I have had a great time. I appreciate you guys coming on because really I hadn't done an introduction for the Bold Voices. And I thought this would just be a fun way for people to, get to know a few things about me. And hoping that maybe some of the things that we talked about maybe could impact someone else or help someone in reselling or whatever, because truth be told, in reselling, it doesn't take anything to start. You don't need a lot of flashy gadgets. You need your closet, your attic, your basement, your garage, whatever you have stuff in that you just want to get rid of. Besides donating it, make a little money with it. Don't expect go into it expecting to become a thousandaire overnight. Don't do that, but just have fun with it. Reach out and ask questions. Join, find your people, because they'll help you along the way. And in life, again, like I said earlier, just sometimes we just got to exhale and keep it moving because most of the stuff is not even worth, the time that we give it. And so be choosy, be picky, pick your battles. They're not all battles.
Mhm.
So that's what I got. What y'all got?
I'll leave you with an outro about Rhonda. So we met 4 years ago, like you said, almost 4 years ago. I feel like it was a little longer,
Maybe.
but yeah. Oh, excuse me. But I will say, Rhonda has been a true blessing, always giving and funny and just uplifting at the right times. We haven't met in person, but I feel like I would jump in a plane tomorrow if she needed me to. So I won't get too emotional, but I love you. And thank you for being you. Sorry.
No, don't apologize. Never apologize for emotions.
Yeah. I'm not crying, you're crying.
Okay. Y'all. Thank you, Lissette. That was so sweet.
She is
And
all of the
I know that
above.
that was so heartfelt, and I appreciate you, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I mean, and I love you, and I know that a lot of times we don't get to say that to each other, but I love you, Terry. I love you, Lissette. I love you, C. But y'all know
We
that
love
because
you.
I bug the hell out of y'all all the time. Y'all should know that's my form of love.
That's what we do.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna wrap it up unless either Terry or C has something else to say.
I'm done.
Okay.
Did you want
I'm done speaking.
She's done speaking.
Okay, well, I was just gonna say this really
Oh
quick.
my God.
I love you guys and all of y'all are amazing women. So I wanted to leave with a little bit of laughter. Me and Rhonda was on the phone talking, and I was on my car phone, and we were chatting up about something when this lady comes up to my car that I don't even know, and she just starts talking junk. And Rhonda's like, "Wait a minute, what we're not gonna do?" She's talking to the lady through my car phone. I thought that was so funny. She was talking to the lady like, she was right there. I was like, oh my gosh. I said, Rhonda, we don't know who this lady is. I said, she must be the heat has really touched her. But
Let me tell y'all, I had jumped up and I was ready. I'm like, oh, so what we're not gonna do? I said, was she talking to you like that? Oh, that's not what we're gonna do. Like I was just up the street around the corner.
Well, she didn't know that, so
You were on your way.
I was on my way. I'm on my way, Terry. I think that's an awesome thing to close out with because that was a hilarious day, and I've had a lot of hilarious days with you, see, with you, Lissette and I were late night talking one night. We both got kicked off the platform for doing something, but I don't even know what we were doing.
we were like, I listed two. She listed two. I said, I got deactivated.
And C and there's just too many. I can't even pinpoint one because we are constantly cackling about something. But for those who are going to be listening to both voices or listening, watching, or doing both, know that I appreciate you. Thank
I
you.
was gonna, sorry.
I'll be leaving everybody's information down in the description. And above anything, I just want you all to have a great life, have an amazing day, and be kind to yourself. And if you have a little leftover, be kind to someone else. Talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Bye.